Welcome to my episode 2 review of the GeGeGe no Kitaro 2018 anime adaptation. This week's episode is titled Terror, Miage-Nyudo, and it is based from the Miage-Nyudo story in the original Kitaro manga. Before we get into the review, while I am not sponsored by any of these companies, I would like to say that Kitaro is available on Anime Lab, Crunchyroll, and then by extension, Verve in complete English subtitles. If you want to check out GeGeGe no Kitaro legally, go to those anime streaming services and watch away. Without further ado, let's just get into the review, shall we? This episode picks up a day or so after the last one, with Kitaro resting on the floor in his house. Some of Kitaro's yokai friends are sitting aside him, consisting of Old Man Crybaby, Sandwich, get it, Rolo Cloth, and Wally Wool, who is legitimately just a block of stone with eyes and arms. Now that is pretty fucking awesome. While I really like these character designs, and we do get a few comedic bits with them throughout the episode, they aren't properly introduced in the 2018 anime. We get their names, the fact that they're clearly yokai, I mean fucking obviously, look at them, and that they are friends with Kitaro. That's it. I'm not asking for an entire novel devoted to these guys and their backstories, but I kinda wanted a bit more, and this is coming from a person who loves mystery in their media. As banter ensues with Kitaro's yokai friends, he opens his eyes and tries to remember what happened the night before. From what we saw in episode 1, Kitaro got shot by a mysterious figure, but as Daddy Eyeball explains in this episode, he survived due to the Chachanko vest woven with his Ghost Tribe ancestors' spirit hair. So to clarify, Kitaro is from a tribe of yokai named the Ghost Tribe, and when a member of this clan passes away, they leave a single spirit hair behind. The vest that Kitaro wears, the Chachanko, is woven completely full of hair from his dead ancestors, and that gives him special abilities throughout the Kitaro anime. A little morbid, but there's a quick explanation on Daddy Eyeball's explanation. An explanation of an explanation, huh? This is giving me a fucking headache, so let's move on. To be honest, I wouldn't mind what Daddy Eyeball says so much if he just clarifies what happens when a member of the Ghost Tribe dies and what the Spirit Hair does. In my episode 1 review, I praised how much Kitaro just got straight to the point, just got straight right into it, no details, just get right into the adventure, and I still do. But episode 2 needed to clarify some things a bit more, in my opinion. And before you say other anime Kitaro adaptations and the manga have addressed these things, yes, I get that. But the 2018 series isn't a continuation or sequel to the previous anime and manga, therefore it stands on its own and should explain things on its own, without the reliance of past Kitaro material. Oh, and it's explained that Mana put Kitaro's body on her back and carried his wounded self to his home, but only as far as a human can go, and his yokai powers took him the rest of the way. Anywho, Kitaro wonders who shot the arrow at him, but that's still a mystery according to his father. We do see that a pentagram is etched onto the arrow, but that's all we really are told during the episode. I appreciate this actually, as it gives the series an ongoing mysterious narrative while also having one-off episode stories. Suddenly, a newly introduced character sprints to Kitaro's door, asking whether he's dead or not. And I mean newly introduced character in the 2018 anime, by the way, as she's been introduced in the other anime reincarnations and the manga. Her name is Kachik and will prominently be used during the episode. After she notices Kitaro is alive, Kachik plays off that she doesn't really give a shit, even though it's obvious to the audience that she kinda fancies him. The episode changes gears from the Kitaro household to yet another new character, Ratman, who is wandering through the forest. Ratman is one of those type of characters, it seems, that always gets his plans foiled by the main character, and while he isn't a complete villain, he's a bit of a trickster. So, long story short, he accidentally takes off a yokai seal by pissing on it. Of course, this is Kitaro, wacky stuff is about to happen, and unleashes Miage-Nyudo, who is this episode's antagonist. He appears tiny, but as Ratman attempts to piss on him more, he grows exponentially. I enjoyed this interaction a ton, as in the first minute or so of Ratman appearing in this episode, this immediately shows what type of person he is. Basically the Emperor Pilaf of the GeGeGe no Kitaro universe. Miage-Nyudo's plan is to rule over Japan, and to manage this, he needs to capture 50,000 souls to gain unlimited power, with the help of Ratman as basically his little servant. With Miage-Nyudo's huge supply of gold, Ratman buys out a famous music label company and holds a 50,000 crowd concert with a girl idol band known as the Batteries. The venue sells out almost immediately, and Miage-Nyudo banishes the participants to the spirit world. Mana, Kachik, and Kitaro find out from various sources that the people who went to the Batteries concert have disappeared, so they all travel to the venue. Mana has friends who are actually at the concert, so that compels her to go there. Plus she probably has a suspicion that yokai are behind it. Kitaro and Mana meet up, and even though the place is barricaded, Mana mentions that her father's company luckily designed it, so she uses the building's blueprints and goes inside. A little contrivance, I must say, but oh well, this doesn't affect the episode too much, and I still do like the episode. Mana and Kachik kinda butt heads during episode 2, as Kachik states that Mana probably shouldn't continue with them because she's human. Mana gets a little heated and mentions that her friends are missing, and she even saved Kitaro the first time they met. With that said, Kitaro, Mana and Kachik, and yes, even Ratman, against his own will of course, goes down to the building and squares off against the Miage-Nyudo. He talks about how 80,000 people disappear every year, how it's just a statistic, and that humans don't really care about one another. I found this to be an interesting layer in episode 2, but it really doesn't amount to much. Which is fine, I mean I didn't expect it to, but I wish that theme was expanded upon. Unfortunately for Miage-Nyudo, he only has 49,996 souls, but if he defeats Kitaro and co, that'll make up all 50,000. Kitaro and Miage-Nyudo go to battle, however the action is cut short as Kitaro has been trapped into the spirit world along with Ratman. Kachik transforms into a more vicious cat-human hybrid and actually gets a few hits in, a few good hits in, but it's really no use as she is about to be transported into the spirit world as well. Mana is the only one left, except for Daddy Eyeball, and is soon to be met with the same fate, going into the spirit world. But Kitaro returns and attacks Miage-Nyudo with his wooden shoes, saving both Mana and Kachik. It turns out that Kitaro has the ability to transport freely from the spirit world to the real world. Miage-Nyudo swallows Kitaro, but Kitaro busts out through his throat using his vest like a fucking lance, and then frees himself and Kachik. Daddy Eyeball turns to Mana as the final hope, and as he instructed, Mana states, "Miage-Nyudo, I've seen past you," which seals him once again. I don't see why Daddy Eyeball didn't say this earlier, as the story could have been solved much fucking earlier, like I said, but whatever. The penultimate scene showcases the freed Ratman roaming the streets with his bars of gold, but unfortunately they've all turned into rocks, and the original music company owners are pissed. A fun light way to end the episode, wouldn't you say? Oh, and there's one more final scene with the mysterious guy from the end of episode 1, but he doesn't do much. While I thought Kitaro episode 2 was certainly weaker than the first, it was still a solid story with some really fun moments. I enjoyed Ratman's personality and his plan to get 50,000 people to a concert and then Miage-Nyudo banishes them to the spirit world. I enjoyed that. Also, the suit that he wears throughout the episode when he buys out the music company is fantastic. I love it. However, the beginning of episode 2 was a tad all over the place. Rather than Kitaro waking up from his home, him remembering the night where he got shot, and then later in the episode them explaining that Mana actually saved Kitaro and then went back to his home with him. I wish that they just showed these events chronologically and not with flashbacks. It weakened the narrative as a whole, and honestly it got me less invested into the Pentagram Arrow storyline moving forward. Additionally, the action segments during the latter half were not really engaging with the Kitaro stuff at least, and I believe that episode 1 did a much better job with actually giving us interesting fight direction. Although when Kachik briefly fought in episode 2, it was superior to the action that we saw with Kitaro and Miage-Nyudo. Surprisingly enough, you know. The music was on point and the scene was just handled way better. Anyway, what did you guys think about GeGeGe no Kitaro episode 2? Did you prefer over the first episode, or not so much? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.